Welcome back to the Global Commerce Academy, your dedicated resource for mastering the CMA USA curriculum. We're committed to providing you with 100% free CMA USA lectures, covering every essential topic without any shortcuts or omissions. We believe in a comprehensive approach to ensure your success. Today I'm diving into Chapter 7, Forecasting Techniques. This is a critical area for any aspiring CMA. This chapter comes from Planning, Budgeting and Forecasting, Section B of the CMA USA 2025 Part 1 syllabus. We'll break down the core concepts and practical applications. Forecasting, this is more than just making guesses or relying on intuition, it's a structured process. As a CMA, your ability to forecast accurately is key to building reliable financial plans, informing strategic decisions, and ultimately guiding business strategy. It's about providing insights that drive success. So, what exactly is forecasting in the context of business and finance? At its core, forecasting is the process of predicting future events and outcomes. It's about looking ahead and anticipating what might happen. This prediction is achieved using a mix of historical data, an understanding of current trends, and the application of various analytical models. It's a blend of art and science. Why does this matter so much to businesses and to you as a CMA? Well, accurate forecasting is fundamental to effective budgeting and planning processes. It allows organizations to set realistic targets and allocate resources effectively. Furthermore, it aids significantly in resource allocation, ensuring that the right resources are available at the right time to meet anticipated demand. Forecasting also prepares organizations for potential market uncertainties and fluctuations, enabling them to proactively manage risks. And perhaps most importantly, it supports the development and execution of long-term strategy, providing a roadmap for future growth and success. As a CMA, you'll leverage forecasting to make informed decisions based on solid evidence and rigorous analysis, rather than relying on gut feeling or guesswork. This is what sets you apart. Now, let's delve into the different approaches. There are two main types of forecasting methods that you need to be familiar with. First, we have qualitative forecasting, which is particularly useful in certain situations. This approach relies heavily on expert opinion, subjective judgment, and intuition. It's less about numbers and more about insights. It's especially useful when there isn't a substantial amount of historical data available, such as when entering a new market or launching a new product. Some key qualitative forecasting techniques include the Delphi method, a structured approach to gathering expert opinions, and of course market research, which involves gathering information directly from customers and the market. Next, we have quantitative forecasting, which takes a completely different approach. This method uses numbers, statistical models, and historical data to make predictions. Quantitative forecasting is best applied when you've got a solid foundation of reliable and relevant data to work with. Key quantitative techniques include time series analysis, which examines patterns in data over time, regression analysis, which explores the relationship between different variables, and moving averages, which smooth out fluctuations in data to reveal underlying trends. Let's dig a little deeper into some specific time series methods and how they can be applied. Remember, time series methods rely entirely on analyzing historical data and identifying patterns within that data. The naive method is the simplest of all, and it simply assumes that the future will mirror the most recent past period. The moving average technique smooths out short-term fluctuations and irregularities in the data, making it easier to identify underlying trends. The weighted moving average takes this a step further by giving more weight or importance to more recent data points. Exponential smoothing is a more sophisticated technique that's particularly accurate when dealing with relatively stable data patterns. Trend analysis focuses specifically on identifying and projecting long-term directional movements in the data. And finally, seasonality adjustments are crucial in industries where sales or other key metrics are significantly affected by seasonal cycles or holiday peaks. These powerful tools enable you to analyze historical data, identify patterns, and ultimately predict future outcomes with greater accuracy. This is an essential skill set for any CMA seeking to provide valuable insights and drive strategic decision-making. Next up, let's explore causal forecasting and how it differs from time series methods. Causal forecasting is based on the principle that certain factors or variables have a direct cause and effect relationship with the outcome you're trying to predict. Linear regression analysis is a classic example of a causal forecasting technique allowing you to model the relationship between a dependent variable and one or more independent variables. For instance, you might analyze whether an increase in advertising spend directly leads to a corresponding rise in revenue. This helps quantify the impact of marketing efforts. By understanding these causal relationships, businesses can optimize their pricing strategies, manage inventory levels more effectively, and make smarter marketing decisions. But what happens when you find yourself in a situation where you don't have a wealth of historical data to rely on? That's precisely where judgmental forecasting techniques become invaluable. Judgmental forecasting encompasses techniques like the Delphi method, gathering executive opinions and conducting market surveys, all of which rely on structured feedback and accumulated experience. While it's inherently subjective, judgmental forecasting is particularly useful when entering new markets, launching innovative products, or dealing with situations where historical data is scarce. Once you've developed a forecast, how do you assess its accuracy and reliability? That's where various forecast accuracy metrics come into play. Metrics like MAD, mean absolute deviation, MSE, mean squared error, MAPE, mean absolute percentage error, and the tracking signal help you evaluate the performance of your forecast and identify areas for improvement. Remember, a CMA's job isn't just to create a forecast and walk away, it's an ongoing process. It's crucial to continuously monitor your forecasts, compare them to actual results, and make adjustments as needed to improve their accuracy over time. So, with all these different techniques available, how do you choose the right one for a particular situation? When selecting a forecasting technique, carefully consider factors such as the availability and quality of your data, the length of your forecasting time horizon, the associated costs, the level of complexity involved, and your primary forecasting objective. In many cases, a hybrid approach that combines elements of different techniques can yield the most accurate and reliable results. To sum up this chapter, forecasting techniques encompass a wide range of methods, including time series models. These include techniques like moving average and exponential smoothing, which are used to smooth out fluctuations in data and identify underlying trends. We also covered causal models, such as regression analysis, which explore the cause and effect relationships between different variables. And finally, we discussed judgmental models, which rely on expert opinion and qualitative insights when data is limited. As a CMA, mastering these forecasting techniques will equip you with the skills and knowledge you need to guide your organization confidently into the future. You'll be able to provide valuable insights, make informed decisions, and drive strategic success with clarity and confidence. That wraps up our comprehensive overview of Chapter 7, Forecasting Techniques from Section B. This was from CMA USA Part 1, Planning, Budgeting and Forecasting, 2025 edition. Keep practicing and good luck with your CMA journey.